A few days later, as Lila arranged some new books on the shelf, Mr. Harrow entered the bookstore. A wide grin split his face. "You did it, didn't you?" he said, his eyes twinkling. "You found the spark." Lila blushed, setting down the book. "It's nothing much," she murmured, embarrassed. Mr. Harrow walked over, gesturing toward a table stacked with flyers. "I thought you might want these. There's an art center in Oak Haven. Classes, materials, everything an artist could need. I used to go there when I was starting out." "Oak Haven's hours away," Lila said, already knowing where this conversation was headed. "Not everyone can just pick up and go." Mr. Harrow's smile softened. "True, but what if I told you there's magic here in Eldergrove too?" Lila raised an eyebrow, intrigued. Mr. Harrow leaned closer. "Magic? What do you mean?" "This old house," he said, nodding toward the window. Behind the glass stood a large Victorian house. It looked like every other fancy mansion in Eldergrove, except for the faint green glow that emanated from its windows, barely visible unless you knew what to look for. "What's that glow?" Lila whispered, mesmerized. Mr. Harrow sighed. "There's a lot of history here, a lot of stories. This house holds a piece of all those folks who lived here, and some of those stories, well, they're magic." Lila wanted to believe him, but she also knew Eldergrove was full of colorful characters with even more colorful stories. Most of them harmless, just lonely or looking for someone to listen. Yet here was Mr. Harrow dropping hints about magic and glowing houses. Before she could press him, though, the bell above the door chimed. A young boy ran in, breathless. "Mr. Harrow," he panted, "we got company. They're asking for you." Mr. Harrow nodded curtly to the newcomer. "Thank you, Thomas. You go on now. I'll catch up." Once the boy left, Lila turned back to Mr. Harrow, who wore a serious expression. "Can we talk about this later? I have a feeling this will get complicated." Without waiting for a reply, he hurried out the door. Intrigued and a little worried, Lila closed up shop early that day. She followed Mr. Harrow to the outskirts of town, to an old stone cottage nestled between gnarled oak trees. Their branches clawed at the sky, creating an archway that seemed to pulse with the same faint green glow as the Victorian house. Beside the path, a pair of worn wooden doors were set into the stone wall, almost invisible amidst the overgrown ivy. As Lila walked up, she could hear soft voices coming from inside. Curiosity and apprehension warred within her. She didn't know if she wanted to hear whatever secrets lay behind these doors, but when Mr. Harrow placed a hand on the first, she knew she couldn't turn back. The door creaked open, revealing a sight that took her breath away. Inside the cottage, hidden from view by the twisting oaks, existed another world. A wide circle of mismatched chairs faced a roaring fire crackling merrily in the hearth. Above the flames, images flickered and danced. Around the room, women and men of all ages sat with rapt expressions, listening to the two figures seated opposite the fire. They were easy to miss. Among the crowd, the elder was a woman with hair the color of moonlight and eyes that twinkled with mischief. Beside her sat a man whose features seemed to shift and change like smoke. "Friends, siblings, fellow seekers of the hidden," the woman boomed, her voice echoing with power. "Welcome to the Fireside Circle. Here we share stories, wisdom, and most importantly, magic." Her gaze fell upon Lila and Mr. Harrow. "Ah, our guests have arrived. Welcome, both of you. I am Luna, Keeper of the Flame." The man beside her inclined his head slightly. "Call me Corvus." As the others settled down, Luna gestured to the empty chair beside her. "We gather tonight to explore the whispers of Eldergrove. Stories of magic and wonder that linger here, unseen but ever present. I believe our guests have something to share with us, don't you, Corvus?" Corvus inclined his head toward Lila. "It is your story that has brought you to our fireside, child of starlight." Lila stiffened at the nickname. "How do you know my story?" "The stories of the world are my stories," Corvus replied, his voice a low murmur. and I sense a tale of rediscovery within you, a spark rekindled." Hesitantly, Lila sat down, aware of all eyes upon her. She told them how she found Mr. Harrow's flyer, how she rediscovered her love for painting, and how she participated in the art fair. As she spoke, Luna and Corvus exchanged glances, their expressions unreadable. When Lila finished, Luna clapped her hands together. "Bravo, child of starlight. Your courage in chasing your passion is commendable. But you mentioned Eldergrove's art fair. Is that where you encountered the touch of magic?" Lila frowned, confused. "I don't understand." "Do you feel it now?" Corvus asked gently. "Feel what?" Lila hesitated. She wasn't sure if she imagined it, but as Corvus spoke, the room seemed to hum with power. She took a deep breath, focusing on the sensation. I think so," she whispered. "There's a current beneath the everyday, like the world is layered." "Ah, yes," Luna said with a dreamy smile. "The veil is thinning. The mortal realm and the fey realm are drawing closer. Magic is awakening in places it was forgotten." "But why?" Lila asked, puzzled. "Why is the veil thinning now?" "Sometimes magic needs tending," Corvus said cryptically, "and sometimes it finds its own way into the world. It seems Eldergrove has been chosen." Luna nodded. Eldergrove holds many stories, many echoes of the past. Perhaps it's a story that needs to be told once more. Lila shivered. She didn't know what exactly she'd gotten herself involved in, but as she looked around at the faces gathered before her, alight with wonder and anticipation, she felt a strange sense of belonging. The spark within her glowed brighter, reflecting the flickering flames in the hearth. Whatever magic awaited them in Eldergrove, she knew she wouldn't face it alone.